with the flow.
Can't forget about Bergen. And if you don't got Bergen, you ain't got shit.
Okay, right.
People like to say they're washed up, whatever. I can tell you one thing, I ain't motherfucking washed up.
Snacks and suplexes. Hey, what's up? We got it.
Hey, let's check this out.
Yes, please, please, please. I've been doing it every podcast since, except one of them, because there was one where there was a guest right away, and he's actually a huge fan of the show. His name's Ron. You'll probably see him in the comments at some point. Savage Combat Sports or Media or something like that. I don't remember his exact IG handle, but let's check this out and make sure. I'm going to go on to another one of my accounts so that way I can see it. And there we go. Are we talking? Are we talking?
Are we talking?
And, hey, I can hear it.
Yay! Awesome.
I can hear it. Awesome. Good. I'm glad that worked. Awesome.
Well, we officially did the most successful 420 podcast. Short of not recording it, it was a success.
Aside from not getting the audio, it was great. It was
literally like the only other more successful option would have been to not hit record. Other than that, we nailed it.
Yeah. But you know what? I have done plenty of times where I forget to hit record, and it's not a podcast though, but it's like sometimes when I'm interviewing people, I've forgotten to hit record. But truth be told, most of that was back when I would go to music festivals. So I would sometimes be a little intoxicated, you know. But like, yeah.
It was a success. We nailed it. That's the way I see it.
It worked. Yeah. So thankfully, because that one didn't go out, we can repeat whatever else we said in that episode, and nobody will even know. You know.
We'll never know.
You know. So I know we talked on the White House card was something big, and yeah, I don't know, but let's get into that. Do you have any favorite fights you're looking forward to on that card?
Oh God, I got to really look at the roster on that card again. I think the main event. There was a couple. There was a couple that I remember looking at. I was like, all right, well, I'll watch that. You know, I mean, I'm not going to not watch the card, right?
Right, of course.
I mean, Dana White's a crazy motherfucker to even be wanting to do it after like everything that's going on with the. I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't want to be doing anything there, considering the assassination attempt, which we can have our personal opinions on that. Was it staged? Was it not? Like, everybody has an opinion, but it's just a wild time to want to go and fight on the lawn of the White House. Like, I don't blame the fighters that don't want to. Like, Strickland calling it the fucking Hunger Games. Yeah.
In a sense, it definitely is. But at the same time, it's also something very monumental.
Yes.
That gigantic. Is historic, and
it will never happen again.
Right.
No other president. Unless it's like Vance or someone young. No other president's going to do that.
I just looked up. I said, who's fighting on the White House card? I asked Karak. All right. And the first thing that caught my attention, it says UFC Freedom 250, also called the UFC White House card or UFC at the White House, is scheduled for Sunday, June 14th, 2026. But anyway, UFC Freedom 250, that is a badass name.
Yeah.
They
you couldn't pick a better name.
Yeah, that was great. They did a very good job there. So
marketing-wise, great job.
Yes, absolutely. As far as marketing and whatever, but the actual fight card, I think fell apart a little bit.
Well, considering they had a year to put it together, if that's your lineup from a year, and I get it, there's fights that are scheduled, fights that have been scheduled, injuries. I understand.
Yeah.
However,
there's a lot of variables.
There is, however. I also feel like maybe there were fighters that wanted, money, like more money than they were getting paid, and rightfully so.
Okay.
And I think that might have been, a negotiating factor. Because, with the whole MVP card, the UFC couldn't offer Nate Diaz what MVP was offering him. Or they could, they just didn't want to.
Right.
So it's sad, to see a lot of good fighters be on that card and not on the. But, it is what it is, and this is what we're dealt with. And, maybe they'll do better business practices after this MVP card. I don't know. Maybe they'll change we talked about contracts the last time. Maybe, fighters can put escape hatches into their contracts where, you know, you have a plan that like if things go south or you don't have a fight in X amount of months and, you know, you want to pay the bills, go fight
Right.
somewhere else.
Where you can go somewhere else. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think.
RAF is great. I love that there are all these little, you know, jujitsu and not even little, like wrestling promotions and stuff that are like now paying good money to these guys. So I'm here for it.
Right.
I'm here for it. Because if you look at who's fighting for RAF, it's all retired and non-retired UFC fight. They just signed Kamzat like a week ago.
Oh, wow.
Oh
Okay.
yeah. And
That's
you know who's
huge.
oh God, who's fighting May 30th? Weidman's has a match against Covington, which I
Really? Oh, wow. Oh,
and they're
no.
in a
We
cage,
lost you. Okay.
but I saw that. I
Yeah.
do want to see him. I would love to see him do something, wrestling, jujitsu. He's an all-American wrestler. I can't see it not being great. And it's funny because now, like, I know, you know, the fighters that I know are like a couple of them, like, oh, should I go, you know, get a little like warmed up on my wrestling? I'm like, maybe, because you know what? Now that there's all these promotions, you can parlay it into something different.
Right. Right. And, you know, there's a lot more options now, which is great. And that's also going to be beneficial for the fighters to be able to get
Yes,
better deals, better
yes,
opportunities. But
yes.
one of the big problems that, like, as far as I'm aware, one of the things that's the issue is that the managers and agents that are getting the fighters into the UFC are more so working for the UFC as opposed to working for the
Looking for the
fighters they
fighters,
represent,
which
and
makes a lot of
sometimes
sense.
negotiating against their own fighters' best interest.
Which makes a lot of sense. But you know what? As a person, as a grown up that wants to be in a grown up business, I mean, you want to fight. You're in a grown up business. Let's just face that. You're in, you know,
Right.
that's as crazy of a situation as you gotta, you know, you could get in. But you gotta be able to negotiate for yourself. These are anybody that's out there listening. These are such important things. I had told Matt the last time I'd been handed contracts by Bravo, Inked, Playboy, New York Inc. I've been so many contracts, and not one of them was going to work out for me. Not one. And I can tell you at least seven, and on big networks, and
Mhm.
not one of them was like looking great, in my opinion. Even Spike TV, the meeting that I had a meeting with the, oh, was it the editor in chief of Inked magazine and I'm not sure what he did for Spike TV. I can't remember exactly what he did, but he was a high up in there, and I was not having half the shit that they were saying, you know, putting my girls in lycra, all this stuff. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not a stupid woman. And the thing is that nobody's really stupid. You just have to be aware of a situation unfolding when it is, and people trying to take advantage of you, and look at a contract and say, is it really worth it?
Right.
You know,
And
to have your shirt taken, so to speak,
mm,
you know, and that was, I got, when my Bravo contract got handed to me, my friend that's an entertainment lawyer, and become friends with an entertainment lawyer, best thing you can do. They will read all your contracts. You can trade stuff, you know, barter for it. It's great. And when I handed it to him, he was like, you could lose your shirt, like big time. It's in here that if there's any promotional work that has to be done, it's going to be taken out of your pay.
out of your pay,
Do you
the
know how many
star of the
reality
show.
shows do that? They take promotional work out of the actor's pay. I can tell you all of the reality shows do it, and those people are just so desperate to become famous. They sign a contract that's not good for them, because if a contract and a business deal is not good for both people, it's not a good business deal. I had a friend that was a very, very great businessman who told me that years ago, and it really, really sat and resonated with me. And with conversations like these, it even resonates more.
Absolutely. All right. So back to who is on the White House card. The main event is the lightweight title unification. Ilya Taporia and Justin Gaethje.
I
All
like
right.
that. I like
All
Justin.
right.
Anybody that doesn't like him is crazy. And, you know, he was very, very prominent on the campaign trail on more so the first one. No, the second
Who?
campaign. The second
Ilya
one.
Taporia?
No, Justin Gaethje was
Justin
at all
Gaethje
that.
was?
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
I
Go
didn't
and
know
watch
that.
some of Trump's old rallies from Florida and stuff, and you'll see Gaethje was there with
Okay.
Jorge Masvidal, a whole handful
Okay.
of them
I
would
remember
go to the
Jorge
rallies and be
Masvidal was big
introduced,
on
and
it.
Gaethje was at almost all of them.
Okay.
So, you know, the fighters that didn't get on the card, like Covington being all sour about it, I
Yeah.
don't think it has anything to do with political affiliation. I think it has everything to do with who people want to see, numbers,
Money.
timing. There's a lot of little nuances that come into that. So, at first I kind of was like, he should have been on the card, and he should have. I still think he should. I still stand by that statement. He should have been on the card. But they got Gaethje on there. There's a lot of people that probably should be on that card. But it is what it is. If Jorge's not active, he's not signed by UFC anymore, correct? So there's that. There goes that one. A lot of them are not fighting right now for the UFC. So
Right. Yeah. It's a missed opportunity for sure.
John Jones, I would love to have seen a John Jones
Yes.
fight on there. And sometimes his fights annoy the shit out of me. So for me to even say that, and it's just because he's a big, he's regardless of, does he like Trump as a president or Trump as a person or Trump as like the entertainer that he is? Because we can't forget that that's half of who he is entertaining. But I love it. I love that the fighters, seeing how many fighters are so outspoken about their beliefs and what they like and who they like, and with politics, and it gets people in trouble. But at the same time, it really doesn't, because you want to know what? More often than not, everybody's on almost the same page with different ideals, right?
Right. And then there's just little obstacles of like, oh, well, I don't like this thing about this person, so now I hate everything about them.
Yes. Yes.
And if we could just take the good and let the bad kind of be what is.
You have to. You literally have to, because I don't think anybody in the world is 100% happy with whoever they voted for at any time.
No.
Just saying. They're not. I know people that were like, when Biden was office, they were pissed at him. I know tons of people that were pissed at Obama. Hello, table for one. I was one angry bitch after voting for that guy twice. So, but you got to just, like you said, take the good with the bad. It is what it is, but like, man, the climate gets so crazy over it. Really, really absurdly crazy, And I think that's maybe because of social media.
I think so. Social media and then the regular media as well. Like to stir up drama, They
love it more than anybody when people are fighting.
Right. Because then it gives them more content to be able to share with the world about the bad news that's going on and all the divide that's happening because of this person. And
it's really false. The divide
just
is
becomes
really
way easier.
False.
Yeah. All right. White House card. Alex Pereira, this is the co-main event. Interim heavyweight title. Alex Pereira versus, and I'm going to pronounce this wrong, Cyril Gane? Cyril Gane?
I think that Cyril, I'm not sure how, it's not Gane. I think it's Gane.
Is it Cyril Gane?
I think it's just Gane. I don't think it's Gane, which I did for a while, but I think it's just Cyril Gane. I think you nailed it. Gane. I'm excited I like Pereira, so I'm excited. I like them both. So it should be, it's not a terrible card. It's just
definitely not.
I don't think it's what people expected.
This is actually the first time I'm reading who's on the fight card.
Yeah.
I've really only I don't know, I guess heard from people who's on it. But
it's not awful. It's not like they have nobodies. O'Malley's on there, right?
Yeah, Sean O'Malley. He was the next one I was going to read. Sean O'Malley versus Ayman Zahibi. Does that sound right? Zahibi?
Yeah. I wish they would have gotten him someone better, but that's just my personal opinion.
Yeah. But, it is what it is.
Somebody that maybe would have drawn a little more entertainment out of that fight. Like, I like the storylines. So for me, you got a big card. You might as well get big storylines on there. But that's just my personal opinion.
I would have liked if they could have gotten the BMF title on that card.
Are you kidding me? I would have loved that.
Whoever fought for it, whoever, like Max Holloway or whoever.
Doesn't even matter.
It doesn't be that, just somebody. Because that's the belt that should be representing America and representing this card.
Absolutely.
Not heavyweight title, not,
No, we're the baddest country on the fucking planet.
Exactly.
I get it. I get exactly what you're saying. Why wouldn't you want to have the baddest, title in the promotion on the baddest card and the baddest country in the world?
Exactly.
Everybody hates us right now, but that's okay. No, not everybody.
That's fine. At least we're on the winning side,
We are. Look, you know what? If we weren't, we wouldn't be here. So there's
right. You're right.
With all the countries that don't have internet, their power gets pulled. rolling blackouts. I could go on and on and on and on and on with these countries that are communist countries that don't have anything right now. And I'm like, you know what? We're not doing that bad.
We're not doing that bad, yeah.
If we were doing that bad, they'd pull the plug on us right now. You know, like we wouldn't be able to be live. So
I remember when I was a teenager, my uncle explaining to me that the U.S. is kind of like the big bully on the playground that takes everybody's money and pushes them around. And, you know, they owe everybody money, but nobody's going to come after them to collect because they're going to get their ass kicked. So, like, we're always going to be okay because of that. But, you know.
Well, you want to know what one of my friends said, and it really actually made so much sense, that it's because of how many, no, one of my friends said it, but I mean, I heard this years ago. I watched a video that really like nailed it home. It's because of how many guns there are per citizen.
Okay.
We have more guns. We have more guns in what quadrant of the country was it in I believe it might have been the South, than any military in the entire world.
Ooh,
Let that sink in. The South alone has more guns per person, per citizen, and not every citizen has a gun, than any military in the entire world, which tells me no country's ever going to try to invade us from outside. They're not going to. They're never, first off, if you think about it, both coastlines, they'd have to make it through. They'd have to make it through the mountains upstate, the coastlines, and then you have, I mean, on both coastlines, you have gangs that are not going to give up their fucking territory. Sorry. Right. Forget about like the other regular fucking people that ain't going to do it either. You know, they're not going to participate. And then you have to deal with like if you get past the coastline, then you got to get through more mountains. They're never going to fucking be. It'll never happen. And it's literally because of how armed we are. Beyond guns, there's more shit in this country that I wouldn't test anybody. You know, you don't know the weaponry people have. They'll do raids and find like all sorts of shit in people's houses. It's like, oh yeah, you want to try us as a whole? Good luck.
Yeah. So we're in a pretty good position, you know, as far as that goes.
We are. I mean, I don't see us getting invaded. That's never been, you know, the Red Dawn scenario always was a little scare of mine, especially with like the last 8 years, I'd say 10 years, really kind of, you know, with all the people and, you know what I'm talking about. That always was a little fear of mine, a Red Dawn kind of situation, but more from within than coming from without.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But again, good luck. Good luck, because you know what, those little, like I would call them little cells, you know, they would be squashed extremely fast. If not even by our police force and our military and all those people, fuck that, the citizens. You're not going to see a bunch of citizens get on their knees. It's just not going to happen.
Right.
That's just my personal opinion.
At least not
I hope that for every country. You know, you see, what was it? What country was it last year that overthrew their government, literally like live on like Twitch and shit, and they elected a new government, I think on Discord, which is crazy. And I mean, what they did in a matter of a week of like burning down the shit that those people did was literally like, everybody just kind of take a little mental notes, because if shit gets fucking crazy, they did less with more. I mean, more with less. You know what I mean?
More with less. Right,
yes.
right.
They
worked more efficiently.
George Washington did more of them with less than what we have, you know? Come on.
All right. Let's get back to this White House card, because this is a fight that I know was added on because President Trump wanted it.
Yes.
Derek Lewis versus Josh Hokett.
I'm excited about that.
And I'm not sure who Josh Hokett is, but everybody knows.
I'll explain to you in a second. I'm going to explain to you, and I'll explain to you why he got on the card.
All right.
He fought last week or the weekend before. I think the weekend before. And he came out with this bizarro persona, like really WWE, like heel style persona. And I mean, overacted the fuck out of it to the point where he was like on everybody's Twitter page. Everybody was talking about how weird this motherfucker was. Is there something mentally wrong with him? He was saying some like totally off the cuff shit. Like he was wild. But then like I remember watching a video and they were, you know, doing their interview. And as soon as like they cut the camera, he was like, "Ah, guys, that was great." And he was totally normal, dude. It was like, he's playing a role. If you want to be able to get far in this industry beyond a contract, get a personality and run with it. I know it sounds like a lot of work, but like, look at what he did. In a matter of hours, he was put on the White House card. Why? Because he became a name and made himself a name in a matter of a weekend. I watched the entire thing happen. I was like, wow, look at this guy. What a smart motherfucker. And we haven't had a personality in MMA like that in a long time since Conor McGregor, Ronda Rousey. I could go on and on.
Right.
And,
Colby
that's why I'm
Covington was
loving
the
all the
only
press conferences.
other one, I think.
What?
Colby Covington was also kind of a, a personality in that sense too.
Definitely. But I'm talking about just like a bad, like a heel personality, not so much as politically, like, because he's politically charged. Like, this guy just came out as a personality, as a
Chael
heel.
Sonnen.
And I loved it. Yeah, I loved it. Because I'm like, all the MVP promotional stuff that they're doing with Ronda and Gina. And Ronda's really going with that heel against everybody. She's like, us against the world, motherfuckers. And I'm so here for it. I love it.
I think it's building up a lot of support even more for it. Just because they're like wanting another alternative to the UFC. And Ronda's like, this is going to be the way to do it. So everyone's like, oh, let's join in.
I think she's involved because she said to, she was talking at the press conference and said Patty Pimblett should call her when his contract is up. So I think she's involved.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Probably. Yeah. I mean, in some, extent, I'm sure she's like working with them more than just being a fighter.
Without a question. And the payment that they're getting $40,000 for like just a undercard.
Yeah. Even if they lose, $40,000.
There's no losing in that especially when your pay scale is going to go up.
Right.
There's no losing.
Right.
And I love it.
But
she's going after everybody in their
sustainable?
brother.
How does that stay sustainable though? That's the thing.
I think, and this is just my personal opinion. So Jake Paul owns MVP.
Yes.
I'm going to have to look into who else is partnering.
I know he has some kind of business partner working with him. I don't know.
There's no way it's just him.
Right. It's somebody's managing the numbers for him though.
It's probably somebody from the boxing world, just my opinion.
Okay.
And the reason why I think that is because I think that's where a lot of the money came from. Because he got a lot of money for it.
And that would make sense because MVP Promotions was originally a boxing promotion.
It still is. They did a boxing card a couple. Holly Holm was on it, or is on it.
Okay.
Doing one, yeah.
Gotcha.
Yep.
All right. And so, anyways, let's continue with the White House card. Lightweight, Mauricio Ruffy versus Michael Chandler.
Okay.
All right.
I'm excited. They got
I like
Chandler
Michael
on the
Chandler.
card. Yeah. So there's as much as people are hating on it, there's some good names. I said some of their opponents aren't great. It could be a better opponent, but
right. But they gotta make names off of the people who aren't names yet as well.
Yes.
So, and then we got two more fights there. Okay, so at middleweight there's Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dukakis.
And he's a big.
Kyle Dukas. Dukakis? How do you pronounce that?
I think it's Dukakis. Yeah.
Bo Nickel versus Kyle Dukakis. Okay.
Yeah. I like that fight.
Yeah. And then the last one, which it looks like it's gonna be the opener, Diego Lopez versus Steve Garcia.
So I love Diego Lopez. He's a lot of fun. He's very entertaining. His fights are super entertaining. So I'm really excited. Actually, you know what? I don't hate the card at all.
I don't either. I'm gonna watch it.
I would have watched it
either way, but
favorite matchup.
I've been thinking that it was gonna suck.
That's not that good.
But it's just not as hyped up as like what it was initially.
Yeah,
that's all.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think it's what anybody expected, but I think it's going to be a good card. It should.
It is, yeah. I've had a lot of people tell me that it's going to be a good card if it was just a regular card, but because it's the White House card, it's like expected to be more, and it isn't going to live up to that potential.
It might.
But maybe it will.
Lives up to more, and that more than what everybody thinks. That'll be great.
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, things can always change, and people can always be added in, right?
Oh, well, look at what happened the other week with with that fight. Derek Lewis and Josh Hart got added out of nowhere.
All right, so let's see who's on the MVP card now.
A lot of people.
Let's
Nate
see.
Diaz is fighting Mike Perry.
Right.
Ronda Rousey.
That's the one I'm looking forward to the most.
Yeah, I can't wait for that. I can't wait for that.
Yeah, I think Nate Diaz is going to win, but I mean, we'll see. We'll
Francis
see.
Ngannou is fighting Felipe Lins, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. I thought it was Philip, but you're right. Felipe Lins.
Oh,
Yeah.
look at me. Oh, wow. I can't
Felipe,
believe I
look at
remember
you.
that from like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah. Yeah. And you even pronounced it better than I have been, as well. So,
So I have it's a thing with me where if I'm going to say a fighter's name, I literally will go on YouTube and Google and figure out how to say their name. And then I do it like 10 times before I say it because I used to butcher the shit out of people's names. And that's how I learned how to say it.
okay.
Yeah.
All right. I like it.
Yeah. You
I
could just
like
YouTube
it.
it. And I'll listen to a couple people say it,
Yeah.
hear how it's
So
said.
that way you can
Yeah.
understand how it's supposed to be pronounced. Yeah.
Yep. Yep.
All right. So, the main events
Wait, you want to
are,
know the craziest name? Have you ever tried to pronounce Yuri's name? His real name is pronounced Yuri. And it's Ukrainian, I believe it's pronounced with a Z.
Yuri.
Yes, but in his country it's pronounced with a Z, Yuri.
Jiri.
Yeah.
Jiri.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you know how his last name is pronounced?
No.
Prohaska.
Prohaska.
I had to literally say it 16 times just to fucking get his last name.
Jiri Prohaska.
Yep.
All right. All right.
Yep. And it's not, none of them are hard, but you know what I mean? They just look like they're not even real words. So it's like, what does that say?
Yeah. Sometimes they're very tricky,
Oh.
All right. And then, so Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano's main event, and then Francis Baylins is the main event, co-main event. Nate Diaz, Mike Perry, that's the other main event of the card, co-main event.
Yep.
And they have Junior Dos Santos.
Yes.
I didn't know that. He hasn't fought in a long time, I don't think. Maybe he has, but like he hasn't been in the spotlight in a while.
There's a female on the undercard who is the little sister. Say some of the girl matches names. She's the little sister, one of the fighters. I can't remember. She's like a UFC fighter sister. Not Pereira. I can't remember.
Aline Pereira?
Is that
Jade,
who?
There is Aline Pereira versus Jade Mason Wong.
So I'm pretty sure, and that's the only female fight on the undercard, correct?
Yes, unless, it looks like it.
She may be Alex's little sister or cousin or something. I heard something about it, and I heard that there was somebody that's related to a UFC fighter that's on that card. I'm pretty sure it's her.
Okay, all right, that would make sense, with the last name Pereira.
Fight family, I love it. I love fight families.
Yeah. All right, cool. And then at flyweight, there is Muhammad Mokov versus Adriano Moraes. Moraes. I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. And then lightweight, Saladin Parnasse versus Kenneth Cross or Kevin Cross. I don't know why it's an option. What do you mean? What does this mean?
Which one is it?
I'm reading Grok. I asked Grok for the fight card.
Like Kevin or Kenneth, we're not sure.
Saladin Parnasse versus Kenneth Cross or Kevin Cross. So maybe like he's fighting either Jake or Logan Paul.
Yeah, we're not
kind
sure.
of like that. But
we're just not sure. One of the two.
One of the brothers. Which one yet?
Yeah.
One of the two. Okay. And then at welterweight we have Lorenz Larkin.
Yes, I was going to say they brought him back. Who's he fighting?
Yeah. Jason Jackson.
Okay. Yep.
I don't know that name, but I've never heard of Lorenz either.
What? Lorenz Larkin is a former UFC fighter.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
How long ago?
I'm like, what? Like, he fought in the mid 2000s, late 2000s, that sounds like a fucking retard thing to say. Like, probably I'd say, I remember him being around in 2012, 2016, in that area. He was around for a long time. Lorenz fought a lot of good people.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I don't know.
I got you. That's what I'm here for.
Yeah, that's why you're here. You're the fight expert. I'm just a podcast host. Yeah.
I got you.
And then the last one on the card was the one we mentioned: Aline Pereira versus Jade Mason Wong.
And I'm telling you that is either Alex's little sister. Or she's related to a UFC fighter. That's all I know.
Okay.
I'm excited.
And then it says that there's additional bouts, including prospects and more vets to round it out. MVP has added several fights to fill out the card. So there's more fights, but it didn't say what they are.
It's probably like a dark card or something like that. You know, like a prelim, like an early
Okay.
prelims maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha. Well, either way, I
it's
think that
stacked.
good competition. See, and I hope to see more and more come out of it. And I hope to see Nate Diaz's promotion, make it
Yes.
onto Netflix as well with Real Fight Inc.
Yep.
And then being able to see, those two promotions cross promote with each other and
It'd be
have
great.
champion versus champion cards. And I think there's a lot that can be done, and I think that it's only just begun. But
Yeah, I agree.
there it like it's crazy to me that Jake Paul, a YouTuber, more
I
than anybody else, is like creating a better card than what the UFC is like promoting and spending $60 million on with no income coming in.
Pretty
Like,
incredible.
yeah, it's pretty
Wild
crazy.
timeline we stepped into.
Yeah, yeah. We're definitely in some form of the matrix because like
Yeah.
I don't know how else a possibility like that could exist. Um, you know, but it's got to be quite an amazing life. You start off as a Disney Channel star, and then you go to
Yeah.
YouTube,
Yeah.
and then you're fucking competing with the biggest corporation in the world. Like,
It's incredible.
um, yeah. Good for him, though. Good for him.
Really?
We need
That's
him,
I mean, if there's an American dream out there, congratulations, fucking Jake Paul. You did
Yeah.
it.
Jake and
Yeah,
Logan made it happen. Yeah.
congratulations.
Yeah.
Anybody made the American dream happen, and
There's the Paul brothers. Absolutely.
hopefully they got out of Hollywood fast enough when they were kids and, transitioned to YouTube and shit because, like, Disney's a shit
Yeah.
show. But, like, wow, how impressive.
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
my opinion, it's very quite impressive what
It's a
he's
good
done.
card.
Yeah.
It's a good card they put together. And, there's going to be a lot more, I'm sure. But at the very least, it's like creating another alternative, and it's going to be a good alternative as long as, the money stays sustainable. Because, like, that's the problem with a lot of promotions is they pay these big amounts to the fighters, which is great.
Yeah.
But then they can't keep the events going, and they can't keep it sustaining.
Yes.
And, so that's
Like, I don't know
why.
how PFL is still going, but they are.
Yeah. It's I was actually talking with someone about PFL the other day on the podcast, and he said, I wish that it went the other way where Bellator had bought PFL instead of PFL buying Bellator.
Me too.
Because then it would probably run a lot smoother with the
Bellator
Bellator
was
name.
a better promotion. I hate to say it.
And,
I've been to both. Bellator, in my
they
opinion.
didn't keep the formatting of the PFL, really. They don't have
it was
the
a better promotion.
tournaments
They
anymore.
could have kept it with like how Bellator had their Grand Prix. They could have completely parlayed that into something great, and I'm so surprised that they didn't.
Yeah, I guess the money was just on the other side of it.
Yeah,
People,
well, because they have PFL has
PFL.
a lot of they have a lot of like Hollywood investors.
Yeah. I remember seeing that. Like Jeremy
Kevin
Piven,
Smith.
I remember, was one of the names on there.
Kevin Smith,
Kevin
Anthony
Smith.
Robbins.
Let's look it up.
Tony Robbins, right? Yeah, a lot of them.
Okay. Who are some of the
Not Kevin
co-owners
Smith, Kevin
of
Hart.
PFL?
Kevin Hart. Kevin Smith. What the fuck am I saying? Kevin Hart. He was a part of it.
Kevin Hart. Yeah. And like I think The Rock, maybe? I don't know.
I feel like The Rock might have been.
That would make sense to me. But he's also involved with the UFC in a lot of ways too, so I don't know.
So the UFC is very
he presented
interesting.
the BMF belt.
Have you looked into, like, technically, who owns the UFC right now?
It is TKO. It's on the TKO Holdings, and that is run by Ari Emanuel, right?
Yes.
Okay.
So
Ari
you look
Emanuel,
into all the companies that they are, like all of these, what do you want to call them? Like, so you have WME, IMG. Most people don't even really know what they are. They think it's just, it's an entertainment company. Wrong. They are, but I remember when I was in high school, 1997, WMEIMG was one of the biggest modeling companies in the entire world. Hired
Oh,
some of the
okay.
biggest supermodels and some of the biggest like Maxim models and all those. So that's really, they are in the entertainment world, but that was their bread and butter.
Okay.
But when you look at all the people involved and the people they get very deeply involved with the WWE, the crossover is absolutely huge with those two companies right now.
Oh yeah, that's why they're owned together, you know.
Yes. Yes.
But all right, so I looked it up, and it looks like, like you said, Kevin Hart, and then Mark Burnett, who, he created a lot of reality shows that were very successful. I think
Wait
he
a
might have
second.
been behind The Ultimate Fighter as well.
Mark
Mark
Burnett, I'm
Burnett?
pretty sure you can look it up, also did The Apprentice.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And I'm
That
pretty
makes
sure he
sense.
also produced the Bible, the miniseries. You can look that up too.
Okay. All right.
I have a lot of speculation about Mark Burnett's role in this
What
world
did
in a good way.
What did Mark Burnett produce? And then it looks like also Wiz Khalifa and Tony Robbins are investors.
Yep, I said Tony Robbins.
Yep, I remember that.
Yep.
And Wiz Khalifa, I remember hearing that before, but I forgot that before.
Makes a lot of sense because I saw him at a couple
Alex
of the PFL.
Rodriguez, the baseball player.
A-Rod,
Apparently
okay.
he's a co-owner as well.
Is
All right.
Interscope Records involved with them still? Because I know they had a an executive.
If you want to answer.
Wait, what happened?
Can we go through one question at a time? Because
Yeah.
I still got to answer the Mark Burnett stuff.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're all right. You're all right. I'm just trying to get your answers to these things, All right. So Mark Burnett, Survivor, The Apprentice,
That's
Shark
right.
Tank, The Voice, Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? And then other things that I haven't heard of.
Look up. Did he do the Bible, the miniseries?
What about the Bible, the miniseries?
Pretty sure he did.
Let's see.
Pretty sure I remember having a
Mark
hand in it.
Burnett and Roma Downey.
I was right. I am good.
Yeah, 2013. Okay. All
So
right.
the reason why that excites me is there's a lot of involvement politically with him, and a lot of involvement with Mark Burnett. That I feel like did he do the Masked Singer too?
Yeah, I think so. I don't know. He's had The Voice, so I imagine that's got to be The Masked Singer as well.
Yeah, I know this is gonna sound crazy. I feel like he's like CIA.
What about The Masked Singer?
I feel like he's CIA. I know that sounds nuts, but
maybe.
All the connections that he has is just way too deep.
Okay. He's
been involved with Trump for a long time. Long time.
Well, but all the Charlie Kirk stuff as well, like that's coming out. It seems like, I don't know, the world's very controlled in a sense.
Well, that's why I'm very interested in Mark Burnett, and I have been for a very long time. I've actually, since about, I guess, almost 9 years, we'll be going on 10 years, I've been following his career just to see what he's been involved in, what he's done. Like when we had Steve Mnuchin in Trump's first cabinet, if you look into all the movies he did and all the special, most of his movies were CGI, special effects, blockbusters. So I look at what people are involved in and what they, what roles could they be playing. When you just talk about the world being controlled, absolutely. It's a stage. Everything's on a stage right now. So I look at all those players and I'm like, oh, what is he involved in? I'm like, I had no idea Mark Burnett was involved in PFL.
Yeah,
maybe that's the reason why PFL hasn't gone anywhere yet. Why they haven't?
It looks like he was not involved in The Masked Singer, though.
No,
he was not involved in that. No, The Voice he was, but not The Masked Singer.
Okay. I was right on almost everything though with that. Wow.
Yeah.
He had pretty much his whole fucking thing down.
Yeah. And then Beat Shazam, which I guess is something else that was similar that he was involved with. Beat Shazam. I've never heard of that.
Me neither.
But yeah. So I don't know. Either way.
That's exciting. I had no idea. That's very exciting.
Yeah, hopefully, with all the resources that the PFL has and all the co-owners involved, I would like to see them doing more events. And
they have been doing. They're doing tomorrow. They have where is it? Sioux Falls. They're doing an event tomorrow.
Really?
Yeah, South Dakota
No
or
way.
something like that. I think I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's in South Dakota. Yeah, they're doing an
Does
event tomorrow.
PFL have an MMA card tomorrow? Well, they really suck at promoting if I haven't heard of it yet.
They
Especially I'm
definitely
talking
have
to all
one.
these fighters. Oh,
They
they
had
do?
one in
Okay, wow.
Pittsburgh like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the Pittsburgh card was good.
PFL Sioux Falls at the Sanford Pentagon in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Okay. All
Good
right.
memory.
Yeah, good job. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah, wow. I had no idea. So, like, how are they gonna grow if,
They've been doing a lot of shows. I just don't understand how they're growing. Like you said, they're doing no promotions, little time.
Right. VIP Ali, he says the promotions for the PFL has been pretty bad. Yeah. I mean, it's tough. I don't know, like, how they could do better. Like I mean, I don't know if they're doing anything.
Well,
for
what's
promotion.
crazy
That's
is
the thing.
I sat for so many of their fights and like was friendly with their PR team. And
Mhm.
back when I was sitting for their fights, their PR team was doing an okay job. But like, I would love to take over and do their PR work because I think I would be doing a bang up fucking job. I'm
Yeah.
like, I mean, you got local fighters, and they're not doing like, spotlight on the fighter or something crazy. Like they're just, I don't know, they're missing the mark. They were doing a lot when I first started working with them. And I first started going to their fights. Then they were doing a lot. They were going to the local gyms with the local fighters. They were, so it was really, they were smart. And I don't know. It's crazy. They're doing no promotions, none. And even UFC has stepped up with theirs because they had stopped for a long time.
I invited Ali to join.
Hey, I'm like, oh my God.
I'm actually wearing my PFL shirt right now.
Ali fought for the PFL.
What's that?
Ali fought for the PFL in the Challenger Series.
Yes, sir.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yep. First-hand experience right here. So,
yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Who are you?
Oh, this is Kerry.
Did you work for any of these promotions or anything like that?
So I do press work. I've sat I sat on press row for PFL, Bellator. Oh my gosh, Invicta FC. The only way I didn't sit for press was for UFC. Other than
okay, that's awesome. That's awesome. Well, I don't know if Coach Bergen has told you, but we did like the Challenger Series, and he was there, and we made a whole video about it, and we pretty much had to be our own press.
Yeah. We made a whole series. That wasn't the VIP experience, right?
No, it was that one.
It was, yeah. Okay, I was confusing with your first one that we did, when you took your first pro fight. But that was the oh my God, that was Keeping It Real. The what
VIP experience.
Was that? No, that wasn't the VIP experience.
Yeah. The first one. Oh, sorry. The first one was just Keeping It Real something. Rise.
Keeping It Real.
Yeah, something like that.
But that was about your first pro fight, and then we made one when you were at the Challenger Series, and that was a lot of fun. And
a lot of them.
They were awesome to work with, and I liked them. They treated us really well.
Who, PFL?
PFL.
Honestly, out of all the fights that I covered, they treated the press the best. We had like a full catered. When we would go, I didn't even eat. I was like, all right. I knew when I got there, I would have my cup of coffee. I would go upstairs, have my pastries, and then I would have my dinner because they would literally. It was like a fully catered. We were having steak. Like it was great.
So, sorry. Like, what else do you do? Like, what do you do for the exact? Like, are you more like the marketing team or like?
Well, now I am. Now I do more marketing and PR work, but I did a lot of interviewing fighters, journalism writing about the fights. I had my photographers there taking pictures.
I see. That's really cool.
Now
That's really
I'm more
cool.
into the promotional end of it and the PR end and marketing, and I want to like help, promotions like bring it to the next level.
Of course, yeah.
And fighters too, obviously.
Yeah, of course,
Of course. Yeah. So Ali, what do you think about the White House card?
It's pretty good. I think it's pretty good. It could be better, but I mean, they had to choose the guys that were straight arrows that weren't gonna like. If they put like Khamzat Chimaev on there with whatever his face is, that would have been a mess. Strickland,
insane.
That would be a mess. So you already know that would put the White House in jeopardy or, you know, just
Big time.
security in jeopardy, you know? So
Big
they're not
time. They
going to
couldn't
do.
do that. They
It would
couldn't do
make it a
that
lot
fight.
more difficult for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. All
I
right.
mean, like, let's put it this way. It would be like on the level of Khabib Connor
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly.
of a shit show, in my personal opinion, because it's already online getting to that level of like they're talking about killing each other. I'm like, y'all are nuts.
Right.
Talking about
It's
shooting
crazy.
each other. I'm like, just what happens with fighting with your hands? Come on, guys.
Yeah. Keep it in the
And to be
cage.
honest with you, I'm asking myself right now, who's even the main event for that White House card? I don't even know.
Ilya
That's how.
Topuria and
Yeah,
Justin Gaethje.
that's
But
what
I
I thought.
wouldn't
But
have known that if I hadn't looked it up.
Yeah.
I think it's a cool
Yeah.
concept. You know.
The
Yeah.
concept is definitely, I like it. I would have liked it. I don't know. I just thought they hyped it up so much that like I thought it was going to be bigger than it is. But you know, it is going to be probably a once in a lifetime opportunity for these guys. You may see a card in the next 3 years there before he's out. Other than that, I don't ever see it happening again. I've, you know, voted for a lot of presidents. I'm 47 years old, and I've never seen a president more involved in mixed martial arts, and I've never seen
Yeah.
anything like this in my lifetime, and I don't think you ever will again.
Yeah, for sure. That's for sure. That's for sure. But I mean,
I'm sure
you
there's going
know.
to be another event before Trump leaves office, though.
Without a question, you know he's not doing a one-off. You know
Oh
that.
yeah.
Right.
You
Oh
know
yeah.
But
that.
this is
He's
definitely
doing
the
this because
only
he's like,
time
let's
it'll
see if he could do
happen as
another
like,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'll be real, from a PR standpoint, marketing standpoint, the UFC has been absolutely garbage. In my opinion, you know,
Right.
because I was like, I grew up in the 2010s era. That was like, to me, that was the height of it. They freaking
Big
did such a
time.
good job, you know, and now it's just freaking trash. And like, I don't even pay attention anymore. Like, it's like,
Right.
you know what I
Same.
told my friend about it? It's like scrolling through Instagram. That's what UFC is now. Like,
Pretty
you
much.
turn on the TV and it's on. It's like, oh, these guys are fighting. It's not like you anticipate something like before you used to anticipate who's fighting. And you know what I
Yes.
mean? Now it's just like you turn on the TV. It's like, oh, okay, this guy's fighting tonight. He's cool.
Yeah.
That's basically what it is. You know?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
agree.
They're not as much of a draw.
It almost watered
They
it
just
Exactly.
kind of
down.
exist.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, for sure. For sure.
So we were saying before how we think the MVP card, Jake Paul's promotion on Netflix, the one he's doing, that card is going to be a better event overall than the White House card. What do you think on
It
that?
could be. I mean,
Do you know
I
who's
do
on it or
like.
no?
What's that?
Do you know who's on that card?
Ninganu, and I know that what's her name?
Gina and
Misha
Ronda
Tate.
Rousey. Yeah.
Yeah, not
No,
Misha
Misha
Tate.
Tate's
Not
not on it.
Misha. Not Misha.
Ronda
I didn't
Rousey.
mean Misha.
Toronto.
I get confused. With
That's
the
okay.
names, but
Yeah.
Rhonda and
And
the other
Gina.
one, whatever.
Same
Gina,
era.
yeah.
Same
Not
era.
Gina.
You were correct on the era.
Yeah. They're badasses though. They're badasses for sure.
Yeah.
You know, and I was saying it the last time, I love, in my personal opinion, that they're having, I would say, legends fight legends, but in the time frame that they should. I would never want to see, and I've seen enough of the UFC putting on, you know, a legend that's probably, you know, got maybe 1 or 2 fights left and putting him in there with a fucking killer, a rising star, like what they did to Faber with Petr Yan. I mean, and it retired him. Like, what? I don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I want to see. Listen, if Arlovsky's got to get out there with a fucking walker, you know, and put him up against there with another guy throwing a fucking cane at him, I'm fine with it. But I don't want to see him in there with a killer.
Exactly. I agree with you. 100%. I don't know why they do that.
It just makes no sense.
It doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Watch Hoist Gracie fight now. You know what I mean? To come out there a little slow.
Yeah.
We'd rather see 2 legends fight each other than a legend fight some
Right.
guy that's coming up. You know what I mean? That makes it makes way more sense.
Exactly.
So
You know?
I like what they're putting on. I respect it. I like it. I'm here for it. And, you know, I like that they're paying these guys out the gate a lot more than the UFC is, you know, and it's not as hard of a climb to get that kind of money and that pay. So I love that.
Yeah.
You know, and I think there's going to be a lot more fights. I think this is not going to be a one-off. I think that it's going to be, they're testing the waters, my personal opinion. I'm excited about Netflix doing it. I'm like, this is fucking great. Because Netflix is going to be putting in a studio. They're going to call it, I think, the Hollywood of New Jersey. And they're putting a studio, a whole, like, Hollywood in New Jersey. And it's going to be a Netflix studio.
Okay.
That's
Maybe
crazy.
they'll put it like
Really
a
cool.
Netflix sports arena in or something. Who knows?
Wow.
That's what I see. And this is just, you know, from a PR perspective of where I see the cards aligning.
Yeah.
What I
Right,
think
right.
they're trying to set up for, because I can't see him making a business decision to do a one-off fight. It just doesn't make any sense. Where's the
Right.
investment in
At
that?
least not with Netflix. It
No,
would
there's
be
no
a
investment in that.
multi
Man,
event.
we got an interesting crew right here. We got a fighter, we got a coach, and we got a PR agent
Yeah.
over here.
Isn't that
Yeah.
crazy?
Best of everything.
And I'm
Yeah.
trained. I'm a practitioner too. I actually
Oh,
do train.
nice,
Yes. So it's
nice,
not like I
nice.
don't know what I'm talking about. I actually get in there.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good. You got to know it all.
Yeah. Well,
You
that's why I
know,
started doing jujitsu during COVID. I was like, I have to know what I'm talking about.
exactly. That's smart. That's smart. Yeah, you don't want to just be like asking these fighters questions and be like from an abstract like question. You don't want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I want to come at it from experience.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
Absolutely. And then also like I think the Nate Diaz and Mike Perry card, the fight, I think that's going to be the best one. I'm
Me
looking
too.
forward to that. And then we got to get Ali on the next MVP card.
Hell
And
yeah.
and once we
That
can
would be
figure that out,
legit.
we'll be all
Or an
set.
RAF card if he wrestles, because that's
Yeah,
I
yeah.
do
what everything's
wrestle.
for. RAF is fucking
He's
huge
the
right
best
now.
wrestler.
Huh?
Yeah,
I would love to do that.
the best
Right.
wrestler.
I mean, they are putting on some great cards. They're paying people. They got the 30th is a big card. Chris Weidman's going against Covington. I'm so excited. I love that there's
Oh
all
yeah.
these promotions popping up. I'm so here for it.
You do press on any of those?
No, I haven't done press work since. So this is what's crazy. I mean, I do a lot of like interviews and stuff, but I haven't sat for a fight since it was when they lifted all the COVID restrictions. I went to my friend Alicia Zapatella was fighting Emily Ducote for the 115 title for Invicta FC. So I was like, you know what? Let me go. Let me get a press card and a press pass and go and watch my girl fight. So I did, but it was really crazy because it was like almost an East Coast versus the Midwest card. Almost all of my girlfriends were on that card. It was all the fighters from New York. I was so ecstatic. I got on the plane. I'm like, oh my God, I know everybody on here. It was so much fun.
Wow. Wait, which
But
card was it?
and that was the last one I sat for. Right? I think I might have sat for another one after that. I did a couple of cards here and there, but it really, I'm kind of actually grateful that COVID happened because I was going to a fight card a weekend for 10 years and I was just like fucking tired. I didn't realize how tired I was till I stopped.
Which card was that? The last one?
The last one, I think it might have been Invicta, and then I think I went to a PFL right after COVID. I just can't. It was one of their last championship cards at Madison Square Garden. Definitely did.
I see.
Okay.
You know what was really weird? I'm gonna just say that's kind of random. As a fighter, I was looking at all the PFL cards, and I'm like, oh, I want to get on the next one. And there
Yeah.
was one coming to Boston, and I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Like, let me get my manager to try to get me on that. And at the time, I was kind of like going through different managers and stuff, trying to get a good one. But anyways, my point was, I was looking at the Boston card. I saw it online, and then all of a sudden, it never happened.
Yep.
It never happened, which was like totally weird. Like I
So
looked at
weird.
it through like Tapology, so I saw it like months ahead. You know what I mean? So I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, this is cool. This could be something I could get on. And then, like I said, it literally just never even happened. And I'm like, because I asked myself, like, yo, did that card even happen? I looked it up on PFL's
No.
website. Never happened.
No. I wonder if the Philadelphia card took its place because I know that they just had a Philadelphia card or Pittsburgh, something like
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
And
Maybe.
it had some good names on it too. I was excited. I'm like, so I'm happy that because for a while they were doing a lot of cards overseas. And they have a lot of
Right.
European fighters on it, which I love, but like they weren't doing a lot of stuff here. And I think the first fight that I saw here in a long time was the Pittsburgh card. I was like, holy shit, I didn't know they were coming back to the US. And it's crazy. One of my so I do a couple things. I actually cut hair too as like a little side gig, but I've been doing that forever. I'm a barber. I just don't really want to do it as a full-time job anymore. It's bitch work. But I'm cutting this guy's hair and he's like, yeah, my daughter's boyfriend or fiance works for one of the fight organizations. I said, who does he work for? And he goes, PFL. I'm like, shut up. And so I'm like, show me what he looks like. I might know him from sitting for all the fights. I didn't know him because he's like one of the newer guys. And I think he works for their videography team. But I said, what a small world. How weird is that? Like, random. Like, why?
You cut out. You said that your daughter's boyfriend something.
Oh, it was actually one of my clients. I'm a barber. I cut hair. That's like one of my side gigs. And so I was cutting this dude's hair and he was like, oh, telling me about that his daughter's boyfriend or something works for PFL. So that was pretty interesting. You never know who you're talking to, I was like, random.
You never know who
random.
you're gonna meet.
Yeah, so random. But I'm excited though. I'm excited that they're coming back to the East Coast. I hope they do more cards and they start promoting it. That would be great to see, because no promotions, like Ali's saying, there's no promotions.
Right.
Nobody wants to do the PR work.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I
need you.
think might
They
have
need you.
became a problem? Yeah, maybe me. I think became a problem, and I know this is going to sound, no, it's not going to sound nuts. It actually might sound right on brand. I think a big problem with public relations and mixed martial arts, social media.
Yeah.
They didn't have to start promoting fight cards when all of us online journalists and PR people and everybody online was literally promoting the fuck out of their cards for them. I watched it happen like 10 years ago. I'm like, okay, so when the UFC stopped promoting, I noticed it was a big uptick in online journalism, specifically like in Instagram.
Right. A lot more people started doing it, especially the people who like probably were fight fans but knew they weren't going to be fighters.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
And that's completely okay too. It's not there's
Yes.
anything wrong with that. Not everybody's going to be a fighter.
Exactly.
And so, it made it so a lot of people were more easily able to find a path for themselves within the sport.
Yep.
I think we lost Ali.
We did.
So I don't know. Maybe we could at least take that square off so it's not showing him. I don't really know. But that's all right. Whatever. If we lost him, we lost him. We'll see him again.
We'll get him
in the
next
future.
time.
Yeah. And something now that like this is going to actually probably work out pretty well. So when I did episode 50 of the podcast, I had 2 pro wrestlers on that were both on for their 3rd appearance. And so they were competing for the CBS Pro Wrestling Championship. But it was like through competitions, remotely done because they're in England. One of them was in England, and then the other one's in New York. But anyway, so they were both on for their 3rd appearance. I had them compete with each other. And so now this is Ali's 2nd appearance because he joined on today. And so now I can have him compete in the 3rd time that he comes on with another fighter I have in mind named Marcelino Silva. And so that's going to be really cool to be able to have an MMA, a CBS MMA championship as well. And then, if it had to be anybody winning it, I would much rather it be VIP Ali. So because I've been in his corner for years. Like legitimately, I've known him longer than probably any of my friends.
That's awesome.
So yeah, and I'm glad he was able to join today, even if it was just for like a few minutes and
that was great.
Then he cuts out. But
yeah, that was great.
Yeah, and then I'm realizing now it's past 7 o'clock. You said you got to go at 7. But are you all right? But you're good. All right, cool.
You know,
cool.
I let it go. I'm like, I thought I did, and then I saw a message. My friend was like, "I'll be over later." I'm like, "All right, fine."
All right, cool. So you're good. Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. I do have another one. I'm starting at 8 o'clock, but like if this keeps going and then he just joins onto this one, then
I was
I'll
gonna
just
say either that or
combine
if
it
you
all
want to
together.
go take a break, you're more than welcome to. I won't get offended. I have
cool
sitting right next to me.
Perfect. Let's definitely get into Only Fighters. Or no, wow, not Only Fighters. Oh my God. This is the 2nd or 3rd time I've done this. I already changed the name. I know. Fight Plan Pro.
I had it perfect. I'm so proud of that. I was waiting to get into it.
All right, so
do you mind
Fight
if I take
Plan
a little?
Pro. Please go free. Feel free. We're not getting censored by anybody. And it's off screen anyway. So ish. But yeah, so Fight Plan Pro. I know you've looked into it a little bit, but like, you're looking at it more from a PR perspective and less as a, as a fighter perspective. So
I like, I remember, I liked what I was seeing from a fighter, from like a competitor's perspective, a good way to like track everything that you're doing and your gains, so to speak, and your progress is really important because the phones and stuff only have so much. Right.
And it's meant to kind of simplify it as much as possible. And we got articles on there as well. I know we tried reading them last time and wasn't as entertaining as I had hoped it would be. So I'm going to take one of those articles now and I will rewrite it through this this AI chat I set up, so that way it'll like add humor to it while explaining. Um, but yeah, and I don't know. I think that there's a lot that can be done with this, and I think that there's definitely a lot of potential, but at the same time, it's gonna take time, and I don't want it to take time. I want it to happen now.
Yeah.
I want to have 1 million fighters on here today. And I don't know how to get that done today, but one day.
Yeah,
And,
one day for sure.
it'll definitely, I'll definitely hit 1,000 in before the end of the year. That's my goal. So, yeah. Let's see. All right. And now it's going to rewrite it for me. I forget what the title was, but I don't know. It's all basically about consistency and building habits and whatever. All right, so now it's written it out. Oh, this one. This one's a quiet slap. Like you read it, and then suddenly your bank account feels seen. What's going on? This is basically saying, yeah, winning fights is cool, but your bills don't care. There used to be a system. Win, get paid, repeat. Now it's win, maybe get paid, wait, hope, post something, survive. And if all your money comes from fights, you're basically freelancing with your face. Comedic recap. So you got a fighter. He's training twice a day, eating clean, dialed in. Man is living like a monk with anger issues. Fight gets canceled. Now what? Nothing. You just did a whole Rocky montage for $0. That's like working a full shift and your boss goes, yeah, we might pay you. Depends how the vibes are next week. What? So now the game changes. It's not just, are you dangerous? It's, do people see you consistently? Because now the fighter who posts daily, tracks progress, shows the grind, is getting opportunities, while the silent killer is just silently broke. The shift, this is where it hits. Kind of annoying, honestly. You can be elite and still invisible. That's the scam. Not a scam. Okay, it's reality, but it feels like a scam because you gotta train, recover, stay disciplined, and also be a content creator. Bro, I just wanted to punch people professionally. Now I gotta vlog it. The real thing. But here's the part where it gets uncomfortably true. Consistency off the mat equals visibility. Visibility equals attention. Attention equals money. And discipline isn't just go hard in training. It's post when you don't feel like it. Track when nobody cares. Stay structured when there's no fight booked. That's the new grind. Not sexy, no crowd, no announcer, just you doing boring things repeatedly. And somehow, that's what builds everything. I can't believe this is still going. All right, we only have 2 more parts. The realization moment. The best fighter doesn't always win financially. The most consistent one does, which is frustrating because talent feels cooler. Consistency feels like brushing your teeth, but for your career. But guess what? The guy brushing his teeth every day is the one still smiling later. That metaphor got weird, but you get it. All right, and then it gives me meme lines. Went 3-0 this year. Still checking bank account like it's a prank. Elite skill, amateur income. Training like a champion, posting like a ghost. Rocky montage, sponsored by nobody.
Sponsored by nobody.
All right. I kind of like this. I mean, they're a little bit long, but I think I'm going to take all the articles and have them rewritten with this and then, repost them that way. Because I think it gave it like a new perspective on it.
Yeah.
And then some people are going to like the old way it was written. And I can't say that I read it. I can't say I ever will. But, I think it was probably better to have it explained in a comedic way that added in some, humor and some funny explanations. And, so I don't know. But I'm still figuring out a lot of things with the app and improving upon it, but it's coming along, and I'm glad that you want to be a part of it. And
Yeah, I'm excited.
we would definitely be needing some PR,
Okay.
and one of the things that I was thinking would be like the best idea I could do is so every single fighter on the platform is going to be able to have an affiliate link where they can, share it with other fighters, and then the fighters who they get to subscribe, they're now getting a recurring commission off of it.
Mm-hmm.
But what I want to do as well, and this is going to take me a second to like fully say the thought because I forgot what it was halfway through the explanation.
So funny.
But this is what I was thinking. So obviously every fighter will have this ability, but what I really want to do is have like 5 fighters that I'm going to make stars for the platform,
Mhm.
like faces of the app. And I have 3 in mind right now, and I would like VIP Ali, who you just met, to be the other
Yep.
one, to be one of the 5, but I don't know, he hasn't really tried it out too much yet. So anyways, though, I'm gonna have 5 of the fighters as like almost like spokespeople for it, and doing videos and being like faces that I'm creating content for and like heavily promoting. And then they're just gonna be the Fight Plan 5.
Okay.
That was the name I came
I
up
like
with.
that. I like
Um,
that.
and yeah, so the 3 names I have right now, and there are probably more. Actually, I have 4 in mind right now of the people that I would definitely like to be like faces of this. So one of them, his name is James, and I'm gonna probably fuck up his last name. It's either Cruz or Kraus. I don't really remember,
Is he a
but he was on the
fighter?
podcast recently. What?
Is he like was he a UFC fighter?
No, 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 no,
Oh,
no, 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 no,
oh.
no. No, that's why I was confusing with James Krause.
Yes.
That's
Because I'm
probably
like
why.
Kraus?
So yeah, so name is probably Cruz.
Yeah.
James Peace Cruz. I remember his fight name was Peace. But he was
Okay.
a super cool dude. And so
Awesome.
anyway, I want him to be one of them. And then there is another fighter I've been talking with lately, and I can't remember her last name, but her first name is Rachel, and she's been awesome. And like I consistently testing it out, and coming back to me with like, hey, this is still an issue, and then I'll fix it, and then I'll send her another message, and then she'll be like, all right, well, this is better, but this part is still off, and then it's
Mm.
like, fuck, all right. And so I'm gonna try to find out her name right now. Um, Rachel Unbreakable Bouchamp.
Awesome.
I'm probably pronouncing that wrong. The last name Bouchamp. But she's bare knuckle, as well
Oh,
as I think she did MMA as well.
awesome.
And I know she did street beefs, and she's told me she's had over 100 fights.
Her name sounds
But
familiar.
yeah, yeah. But anyway, so she's going to be one of the other ones. And then this other guy who I had on the podcast recently, I liked him. He's out of Canada. His name is Riley.
Mm.
Riley, and he was a heavyweight fighter. And then someone who was from the Only Fighters idea that I'm excited to have gotten in contact with very recently is Jenna Deathridge, who's fighting, I think, tonight or tomorrow. And she is a 125-pound fighter, and I forget where she's out of, but somewhere in the South, I think. I want to say Alabama or somewhere like that. Louisiana, maybe. I'm not sure. But anyways, she's gonna be a star. Like
Mm.
there is just no doubt in my mind. I knew that when I first met her like 2 years ago online. Um, but yeah, so we'll get her on the podcast soon too, and then the 5th one would be, VIP Ali, if I can get him to start using the app. But the problem is I gave him too early of a version of it. So
Mm.
he tested it out, and then it sucked because it wasn't ready. There's too many like bugs in it still. And
Yeah.
then I like, I don't know. There's still some stuff that needs to get figured out in order to make it so his account works for him and so he understands how to use
Mm.
it and what it does, because I don't know. I don't really understand the complicatedness behind it, to be honest, but I know he's a fighter I've already done a lot to do promotion for anyways.
Yeah.
So I would love for this to be something that can also benefit him and
That'd be
be
great.
worthwhile, and
Yeah.
we'll see where it all goes though.
That's
But
awesome.
yeah. So that's all I have for today. We've done, a little bit over an hour, so that's pretty good. And we have it actually recording today.
I know.
So,
We did great. We nailed it today. Today we
we
nailed
nailed
it.
it today. We nailed it today. As long as it didn't mute when Ali joined on, then we're all set.
Well, if
But
anything, it will have unmuted because of,
exactly, would have unmuted when he left.
Hopefully not.
Right. Right. But
If
I don't
you
think
do any promo clips or anything, send them to me, and I could put them on my. I'll put them on my TikTok and my YouTube. Things do well on it. Yeah.
Absolutely. So, is there anything specific you want clipped from this? Just let me know later.
No,
after you have time to think about it.
you do, whatever you do, I will be very excited to have.
Perfect. Awesome.
Yeah.
All right. I will let you know when I've got this all figured out and taken care of them.
Awesome.
Cool.
It was great, Matt.
Of course. I'm glad we got to talk tonight, Kerry, and we will see you again in the future.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
All right.
Can't wait to get started and help you with Fight Plan Pro.
Absolutely. And you know what? I'm thinking about it now. Like I was talking about the CBS MMA championship.
Yeah.
What if instead it's the Fight Plan Pro championship?
I love it.
And now the fighters competing for it also have to be on Fight Plan Pro.
I love it.
And then what I was thinking too, and you can definitely turn down this idea, but I wanted to have a referee when I did it the first time.
Yeah.
And then it didn't really work out. So the audience was kind of referee. But it, it's kind of a mess. I would like to have you join on and be the referee of the event, and then that way it gets you more seen by the Coach Bergen Show universe as well, and it'll all just be cross promoting and helping each other grow.
Hell yeah!
Awesome.
I'm in.
All right. Well, again for taking the time tonight, and we'll talk again soon.
Yes, thank you.
All right. Bye, Kerry.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Yeah. No vibes. No hope. We came with a plan. Yeah. No guessing, no fear when the cage door slams. Every move mapped out, that's a fight plan. Round by round, we don't wing it, man. Train smart, fight clean, that's a fight plan. Camp clock ticking, sweat on the floor. Data on the tablet, not a prayer anymore. We know where you win, we know where you fall. So we don't chase knockouts, we collect rounds all. Distance control, don't bite on the bait. If he blitzes early, let him gas, let him break. No ego in the pocket, no pride in the fire. We survive, then we rise, then we drown as desire. When the lights get loud and the mind gets tight, this ain't improv, this is chess in a fight. No guessing, no fear when the cage door slams. Every move mapped out, that's a fight plan. Round by round, we don't wing it, man. Train smart, fight clean, that's a fight plan. If this happens, do this. If that fails, reset. Win the round, then the fight. No vibes, no hope, just facts in hands. Pressure with purpose, that's a fight plan. Walk out calm, walk out the man. Smart beats tough, that's a fight plan. Digital corner. Real results. Fight plan. Skins under fire. Life throwing the heat. Fight work steps in naturally. Feet on Yeah, yeah. Thought I was a hero, turns out I was tired. Thought love was a spark, but my wallet was on fire. Patience is a virtue, I was rich in the wrong way. Coach had a whistle, she still hadn't blown it. Let go, you're free. Let go. Hey, look, I don't simp, I support, there's a difference, I swear. But somehow every crisis end up parked in my care. Every soon got extended, every next week got bent. I was funding potential, not the present I meant. Take your time, heal up, I got you, no stress. Next thing I know, I'm cash apping my piece to distress. Doctor on vacation, lawyer need a break. Why everybody healing on my paycheck? I'm the coach, talk discipline, life lessons, grit. But skip the chapter called Who You Investing In. Talking about divine timing, I'm like, cool, I'll wait. But divine timing never showed up with a date. Yeah. Thought I was a hero, turns out I was tired. Thought love was a spark, but my wallet was on fire. Patience is a virtue, I was rich in the wrong way. Coach had a whistle, she still hadn't blown it. Let go, you're free. Let go. Let's be honest, gotta laugh at me. Confuse being kind with liability. If you need a savior, I grab the cape. But why gotta drown just to prove I'm great? I'm learning, help ain't help if it hurts your spine. Trust ain't trust if it costs your time. Love ain't love if it lives on someday and almost don't pay rent in my real life, eh? I don't hate women, nah, cut that noise. I hate patterns wrapped up in a pretty voice. You can care and still say I'm done with the cost. That ain't selfish, that's a boundary, boss. If they want you, they show up. If it's real, it don't need a receipt. If you gotta keep proving your worth, you already underpaid. So I move different, still kind, still me. But I study red flags like it's film on repeat. No more hold me down while I figure it out. Cause I figured me out and I'm choosing that route. I want effort, not echoes, plans, not vibes. If we build enough future, it starts in real time. I'll show love when it's mutual, give space when it's fair. But I'm done auditioning for love with my care. Yeah, thought I was a hero, turns out I was tired. But was a spark, but my wallet was on fire. If patience is a virtue, I was rich in the wrong way. Coach had a whistle, she still hadn't blown it. Let go, you're free. Yeah, still a hero, just smart and inspired. Hard on the field, but my boundaries wired. If patience is a virtue, I invested my way. Coach learned a lesson, now I'm winning the game. Let go. Let go. Everybody over giving, over trusting, over waiting. Wait, bro, you just overdue for a boundary. Yeah. Woke up late, hair wild, still a mess though. Mirror looking back like, bro, what's the dress code? Life hitting fast like a right to the temple. But I'm still standing, guess I'm kinda essential. Yeah, I've been down, had doubts in a bundle. Brain doing flips like a damn Royal Rumble. Overthinking every text I ain't sent yet. But I ain't losing, I just ain't win yet. And I've been stressing about the timeline. Like I'm late, but I'm right on time. Had to learn how to trust my grind, even when it's all uphill climb. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, it's my life. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, it's my life. Yeah, I used to chase validation heavy, now I'm chasing dreams. Got my foot on the Chevy, people didn't see me, now they acting friendly. Funny how the glow make them all forget me. I was sitting low, now I'm building leverage, turning all the pain into something legendary. Used to need a yes, now I'm cool with a maybe. Cause the path I'm on gonna pay me daily. Yeah, I fell off, got back up twice. Took a few L's, but I learned the price. Now I'm moving smart, I don't roll no dice. I just bet on me and I roll that life. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, it's my life. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, yeah, it's my life. Hold up, wait, let me talk my talk. Had to learn how to move, had to learn how to walk. Had to cut some ties, had to tighten my circle. Now I'm locked in mode, tunnel vision, no hurdles. Yeah, I used to trip on the past like daily. Now I'm locked on the future, moving wavy. If you doubt me now, better save that energy. Cause I'm coming back with a whole new legacy. It's my time, it's my life. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, it's my life. I know I'll be alright if I just keep up the fight. I'm gonna keep on shining my light. It's my time, it's my life. Oh, 5 a.m. glow, city still sleeping, mind already running. I'm 10 moves deep in, game plan mapped out, vision HD. No brain fog here, that's not me. Steam rising slow from the cup in my hand. Ideas light up like I drew up the plan. Every rep counts, every thought sharp. Fuel for the grind and the creative spark. This ain't just caffeine in a cup, there's that clarity when it's crunch time. What's up? When the pressure hits, I don't panic, I see the whole board clear in front of me. Go, go, go! Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, that's the key. Stay locked in, stay focused, stay ready, mind steady, vision heavy. Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, fueling me when the stakes get high and the lights get bright. I'm sharp all day, I'm locked all night. Podcast mic on, headphones tight. Big ideas coming left and right. No hesitation, no delay. Clear decisions every day. From the chessboard moves to the business plays. From the gym floor grind to the long work days. It's mental edge in every sip. Confidence steady, no slip. You can feel a shift when it kicks in clean. Tunnel vision, but the picture's seen. Not hype, just clarity. Built for longevity. Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, that's the key. Stay locked in, stay focused, stay ready, mind steady, vision heavy. Coach's cognitive coffee, money roll coffee, fueling me. Sharp thoughts, long game, no fog in sight. Brew for the win every night. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fall. I was walking through the jungle with my people by my side. Didn't know that in the moment I'd be fighting for my life. Felt the world start spinning, colors all fade to white. Next thing I knew, I was falling out of sight. Heard voices in the darkness saying, coach, hold tight. But the fear in Queen Jeezy had me wanting to fight. Dreams turn to storms when you can't stand upright. But every storm breaks when you step into the light. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright, be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. In the hospital bed, trying to piece back time. Maya told me, breathe, one step you'll climb. Truth lying, drop facts while I'm out of this chime. Said your brain hit a wall, but your hope still shines. Juji made jokes when the nights felt long. Panda read stories, keeping my heart strong. Hilarious hood pulled pranks, but he meant no wrong. And Stamps hustled salts when the pressure felt on. Every dream I battled was a lesson in disguise. Every fall just a setup for a stronger rise. When Queen JC cried, man, it opened my eyes. I ain't quitting on my people, ain't no goodbye. A coma is just a comma in your life. Trust and believe everything will be alright. Be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. Trust and believe everything will be alright. You ain't done yet, you just pause mid-fight. He's good. He's more than good. He's still winning. A setback ain't a sentence. It's just a pause in the paragraph. I woke up with a vision and a fire in my chest. Every scar I carry is a reason I'm blessed. Life hit hard, but I hit back twice. Yeah, I'm alright.
Thank you to my sponsor, Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. Tonight proved that you pause, you breathe, and you finish the sentence. We did that, we finished
You
it.
looked unstoppable out there.
I didn't quit. Coma Dreams proved comebacks are real. Thank you, coach. I told y'all, no matter how deep it gets, wake up and fight.
Coma Dreams stayed with me. It reminded me not to take any day for granted. Just being healthy, training, and showing up is something to be thankful for.
I didn't expect this, but Coma Dreams actually hit me. Watching Coach go through that made me realize how fragile life is and why you don't waste your shot. This isn't a movie, it's life. It is what it is.
You know, I didn't expect to get hit this hard by a film, but Coma Dreams just wrecked me in the best way. The way it showed someone fighting their way back, step by step, it felt honest, like rolling here on the mats.
All right, I watched Coma Dreams, and I'm going to tell you, Coach's recovery, that was truly inspiring. That's a story worth watching.
I've chased titles my whole life. Coma Dreams reminded me the real prize is waking up and getting another chance. I'm grateful. Thank you, Coach.
I've been knocked down more times than I can count. Coma Dreams reminded me, you never quit, you keep standing back up. Shout out to Coma Dreams. A coma is just a comma in your life. We finished the sentence and we finished the fight. Thank you, Coach.
Congratulations on the win. What's the message tonight?
Train by day, Coma Dreams by night, all day.